What's going on, YouTube? Glad you guys were able to make it with us once again.
Man, it's a bro call.
For that bro call,
What's
you all.
happening,
Man, bro, this is a very sad story.
Yeah.
And it's really swept the city in a very negative way. Something that really I haven't seen since, oh boy, from the 90s.
You talking about Dahmer? Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah, I ain't want to say his name, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, we going to let you go ahead, and if you haven't heard about it, we going to let you see the clip real quick. Then we'll get back to you with our dialogue.
Story tonight, the man in custody in connection to a severed leg found in Cudahy appeared in court for the first time.
1 week ago today, someone found the leg on the shore of Lake Michigan in Warnemont Park. Investigative reporter James Stratton was in court this morning. And James, you've been following this case for days. This is the first time that we've seen him.
And Patrick, police arrested Maxwell Anderson days ago. They've had him in custody since. He has not been formally charged. Today, prosecutors asked a court commissioner to keep him in court longer as they decide whether or not to charge him.
In the interest of Maxwell Stephen Anderson, booking number 2400596.
Without a case number and without criminal charges, Maxwell Stephen Anderson sees a Milwaukee County Court Commissioner.
Okay, so we're here for a Riverside hearing.
Anderson is held on probable cause in a homicide investigation related to a severed leg found in Cudahy's Warnemount Park last week. Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies and state investigators searched his home near 39th and Oklahoma last week as well. In custody for days, prosecutors have yet to charge the man they call a person of interest. Today, they asked a court commissioner to keep Anderson in jail another 72 hours as they await DNA test results from that Southside home.
The probable cause statement talks about blood from the comforter and the stairwell of the defendant's residence. There's been additional blood found in the residence.
If the state wants to issue charges, Mr. Anderson has counsel, his family's here, he has strong ties to the community, he works full-time. We'll bring him into court.
State law requires people are charged in a timely manner or be released. Anderson's attorney, Anthony Cotton, argued his client should be freed.
Nothing more than a written submission to the court indicating that because he supposedly had contact with a missing person and there's some cell tower suspicion.
The family of a missing woman, 19-year-old Sade Robinson, sat in the front row of this hearing. They earlier told 12 News she was last seen last Monday. Telling 12 News her car was found torched at 30th and Lisbon. That's near where Milwaukee police found more body parts and remains on 3 different days over the weekend.
Now, James, authorities have Maxwell Anderson in custody for at least 72 more hours. What happens next?
And Patrick, they either have to charge him or they could let him go. Again, he's in custody on probable cause, has not been formally charged. We have requested that probable cause document from the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. They so far have denied our multiple requests. Patrick?
And we'll stay on the story. James Stratton at the Milwaukee County Courthouse.
And like James mentioned, the severed leg was just one of several body parts found in the area over the past week. Milwaukee police spent all weekend searching the area around 31st and Galena on the city's north side. Investigators confirmed to 12 News they found human remains in that area Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That area is 1 block from where the family of missing teenagers Sade Carlina Robinson say that their car was discovered torched. Robinson has been missing for more than a week now. She was last seen at her home in Milwaukee's Brewers Hill neighborhood 1 week ago yesterday. Coverage of both stories continues on the 12 News app. You can read and watch past reports as both of these mysteries have evolved over the past week.
Man, bro, so basically we have this situation, and I'm going to just give a little gist. Basically, we had a situation where this young lady, Sade Robinson, came up missing.
Right.
And in the time span of her coming up missing, afterwards, they found a severed leg at Warnemont Park by the lakefront.
Yeah.
And that leg was later found to be her leg. Then they caught up with him because he had ties to her because they were supposed to meet up for a date. She was real excited about the date.
With him?
With him, yeah. So I guess it was like an online thing, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And, she apparently, what witnesses say that talked to her, she was real excited about the date and what have you, and they were supposed to meet up at the at the was that fisherman place off a canal, the Lucky Fisherman or something like that. Over there by the Potawatomi.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Drunken Fisherman or something like that.
Drunken Fisherman. Yeah, it's something like that.
something,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
But, so they went on ahead and did that. They had witnesses there that seen them there. But there was some cell tower evidence that showed that linked him to her. So,
right.
But they also did a search of his home.
Yeah.
And they still didn't talk about how exactly that came to be. But they did the search of his home and they found some like a sex dungeon downstairs in the basement. Yeah, and like some other evidence. And apparently there was
didn't they find like some blood or something?
Yes.
On a couch or something in his
like
house?
Blood on the walls leading to the basement.
Okay.
Which later on, they did the DNA test and they just came out with this a couple of days ago. But it's not Sade's blood.
Oh.
So they haven't said yet whether it's his blood or who knows.
Right, whose blood is it?
You know,
right.
so, but it's in his house. So, and they did find, just last week, they did find her torso and an arm south of Warnemont Park. Bro, man, you know, your first thoughts, because I know a lot of this is kind of new to you too.
Yeah, it really is. You know, just really catching most of the story now. You know what I mean? I'm speechless. I'm appalled, man, that somebody, you know, could do that to a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, if she met him on online dating, I suggest people stop doing it. That's all. Really though, because you don't know what you're getting. You know what I mean?
19 years old.
And I don't know, he looked a little older than 19, by the way.
He was older, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what the attraction there was or what she thought she was going to get out of him, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know. She, you know what I mean? But, you know, from what you said, she seemed, you know, people were saying that she seemed excited about the date or whatnot. She just seems a little young to be going out with him, you know, because he looked older. You know what I mean?
I think he was in his 30s.
Right, which I don't think they, you know, they wouldn't have anything in common, no way. I don't see, you know, how that connection was made, but, you know, stranger things have happened, obviously.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But just to see, you know, just to hear about somebody doing that to a person is horrible.
It is.
It's just, you know, I mean, that man had to be possessed, you know, with some type of demon or demons, you know, just to say, well, okay, I'm a go on this date with this young lady, and then I'm gonna kill her and chop her up, and I'm gonna spread her body parts along the lakefront where the park was at. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take a car, I'm gonna burn it up in the hood. She don't even live over there, by the way. You know,
right.
Try to make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. You know what I mean? To try to throw it off of him.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And that's horrible, man. I really don't have many words to say.
Yeah.
You know what? All I can do is just pray for the family.
Yes.
You know, you said she had a baby, right?
I'm not quite sure because they haven't mentioned anything about her child.
Right.
But her mother did talk. To piggyback on what you did say earlier about that side of town. So for y'all that don't know, Milwaukee is a very segregated city.
Yeah.
And on the south side, you know, particularly the further south side, is like white people, and then, you know, on the north side it's mainly black people. So by him going ahead and taking the car on 30th Elizabeth, which is on the north side in the hood,
right, it's in the hood.
you know, you all, I don't need to paint the picture. I think I already did, but you know what it is. And there was also, you know, where the train tracks is over there underneath that bridge.
Right.
Before you hit 30th.
Yeah, I know.
Now, body parts was all along down there. And they got footage of him catching the bus going back to the south side, which I'm pretty sure was the 27th. The 27th bus, because he lived off of 30,
so it might have been
in Oklahoma.
35th Street bus.
It could have been.
Yeah.
But the 27 is right there, though.
Yeah, it's about 3 blocks away.
Yeah. So I see, what I see is, to me, it just personally, it seemed like to me like this was something that it wasn't well thought out.
No.
You know, on his behalf. It was very sloppy. There was a lot of evidence leading to him. I don't know if it's his first time killing somebody, you know what I'm saying, or
well, hopefully it'll be his last.
Last, exactly. That's the part that I'm on.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, no matter how sloppy he did it, I'm glad he did it sloppy. So he could leave breadcrumbs for the police to catch him with it.
Yes,
you know, if he would have got away with this, it ain't no telling if he did it before. You know, like you said, but if he got away with this, he might have tried it again.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what I mean? That's the act of a sick person.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Somebody straight from hell.
Yeah.
You know that is also sick. You know that is just horrible. You know what I mean? And it was so ironic that me and my wife had actually went to the place where she worked.
Yeah, Pizza Shuttle.
Pizza Shuttle. We went to go get some food and whatnot, and we noticed that the employees were wearing shirts with her on it saying "Rest in Peace." And my wife had asked them what had went down, and so, you know, it was kind of coincidence that, you know what I mean, that, you know, that we ended up going to place where she used to work at, you know. Yeah. And then, you know, this, you know, after this had happened and whatnot, you know what I mean? And because I really wasn't too familiar with the story in total and full. Yeah. The bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying? But now that I've been abreast with the whole story, it's shocking. Yeah. You know what I mean? And again, I just have to say, prayers out to the family. Yes. Prayers out to the family. You know, the girl was only 19 years old. And again, I have to stress, you don't know these people on the other end of that phone or other end of that computer. You do not know them. Right. You do not know them. You know, you have to be careful of who you meet because you never know what you gonna get.
Yes, and bro, I gotta say this, man, and it kind of piggybacks off of what you just said. Yeah. Young ladies, you go out on a date with a guy, that's cool, that's fine, but get to know this person, get to know this man before you go to his house. Right. Because now out in the open, you know, there's, you know, people around. You know, it's more of a neutral ground. But now when you step into a man's house and you cross that threshold, now it's just you and him, you know?
Right. You don't know him. You just
don't know him. Yeah. You just get to know somebody first.
And not even just that. In addition to that, always let somebody know where you're going, especially when you're going on a date with somebody that's strange, that you do not know. Yes. I don't care if you do know him or don't know him. You could know him. Always let somebody know where you at. And let that person be aware also that, hey, you know, I let my mom or I let my dad or my sister or my cousin know that I was going with you. Yeah. I will need the address where you live at. You know, if I'm going to step in your house, so that, you know, they'll have a paper trail or something, breadcrumbs that will lead to. I think if you cover your tracks a little bit more like that and let somebody know where you're going, yes, it might deter some of that evilness that you know, because he probably thought that she didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew where she was at. you know, and he felt he probably can get away with it, you know, because of that. You know, so if this is what you decide to do, you know, I don't care if you meet somebody on the street. Always let somebody know where you're going.
That's right.
You know, so
right.
that's my advice right there, Mo.
Yes. You know, well, you know, rest in peace, rest in power to the young sister, Sade Robinson. I'm very sorry to just do this video right here because this is but it's sweeping the city, and I couldn't live here with a clear conscience, have a channel to put this out here and not report on it. You know, I think it was her mother that did an interview, and you could tell, you know, you could just feel the pain. So shout out to the family. Y'all are
prayers to the family.
Definitely
prayers to the family.
Prayers to the family, because you know,
and
I know
for the family.
Yes, they the ones that's really going through it.
Yeah,
you know. So with that being said, you all go ahead and some information by the time you see this video will change, because it's constantly new stuff coming up all the time on this story right here. So y'all go ahead, leave your comments in the comment section below. If you want to go ahead and say, you know, prayers to the family, or a shout out to Sade and her celebrate her life, then go ahead, leave your comments in the comment section below. And remember to smash that like button. And until the next video, you all, peace.